Long, long ago in Japan, there lived a young fisherman named Urashima Taro. Urashima loved animals and could not bear to see them treated badly. One beautiful summer evening, Urashima came across a group of excited boys, making the most tremendous din. As he approached them, he could see they were being cruel to a poor helpless turtle. Laughing and joking, they were pulling it around and hitting its shell with a stick. Now Urashima knew the old Japanese saying that no other creature can live as long as the turtle. Indeed, it is said that the turtle can live for 10,000 years. He told the boys, "If you keep doing that, the poor turtle will die. Please don't kill it. Look, here is some money. I'll give it to you in exchange for the turtle. I'm sure you'd rather have the money anyway, wouldn't you?" Fortunately, the boys were persuaded by Urashima's kind smile and gentle words. The deal was agreed, and the boys went away, leaving Urashima with the turtle. There, he said lovingly, stroking the turtle's back. "You are safe now, little one. To think these silly boys nearly ended your life. Never mind. Now I can return you to the sea, your true home. But you must promise me you'll be careful not to get caught again." So Urashima went to the water's edge, gently put the turtle down, and watched it disappear. A round red sun was setting slowly into the sea as he walked home. The next morning, Urashima woke up feeling unusually happy. It was a gentle summer's day. The sea and the sky were soft, clear blue. Urashima put his fishing boat out to the sea, and he soon left the other boats behind as he drifted far, far out into the ocean. "I wish I were like that turtle," he said. "I wish that I could live for 10,000 years. I wish." Suddenly Urashima stopped. "Urashima, Urashima." The sound of his name seemed to come from the water near the boat. And when Urashima looked down, he was very surprised to see the turtle he had rescued the day before. "Ah, so it's you who was calling my name," Urashima said with a smile. "Yes, it is I," replied the turtle. "Yesterday you saved my life. I am here to thank you and to ask you if you would like to come to my home, the palace of the Dragon King of the Sea." "Why, it has always been my dream to go there," Urashima replied. "But how can I? I am only a poor mortal and certainly can't swim like you." "All you have to do is ride on my back," said the turtle. And as he spoke, he grew so big that Urashima was able to climb on his back and sit there very comfortably. And so Urashima and the turtle, two strange companions, rode together through the sea, until eventually a splendid palace appeared in the distance. The turtle approached and stopped outside the gate. Urashima climbed off the turtle's back and went in. He entered a gorgeous hall, and there, before him, stood the most exquisite princess. Her flowing clothes were a mixture of red, green, and gold. Her jet black hair streamed over her delicate shoulders. Urashima was speechless with wonder at her beauty. "Urashima Taro," said the princess sweetly, "it gives me the greatest honor to welcome you to my father's kingdom. When you saved the turtle, it was really my life you saved, for I was that turtle. I want to thank you. If it would make you happy, I would be pleased to be your wife. We could live here together forever, for this is the land of everlasting youth." Urashima answered, "Princess, I thank you 1,000 times for your kind speech. Let me say that I would like nothing better than to live by your side in this wonderful place." The princess showed Urashima all the wonders of the palace. It was entirely built with coral and decorated with pearls. But it is the garden that I love most of all, Urashima confessed. It combines the beauties of all the seasons in one. It is incredible that when I look north, the ground, the trees, and the bamboos are covered with winter snow. When I look east, the cherry trees are in blossom, and the nightingales sing the songs of spring. Looking south, I can see the trees are green and full as in summer. And in the west, my eyes are dazzled with the sight of the most perfect autumn chrysanthemums. To me, this garden is miraculous. And so Urashima and the princess were married. There was great rejoicing in the kingdom beneath the sea. For the next 3 weeks, Urashima was so overwhelmed with happiness that he completely forgot his home, his parents, and his country. But then one day, he remembered. Oh dear, he thought. I cannot stay here any longer. I have left my parents behind. Something terrible could have happened to them. How they must have worried about my disappearance. I must go back home immediately. Urashima went to see his princess. He bowed low before her and said, "Please believe me when I tell you that I have been very happy with you. But now I must go back to see my parents." "If it must be so," the princess said bravely, trying hard to fight back her tears, "I shall not try to keep you. But I would like to give you something as a token of our love. Please take it with you." And she handed Urashima a beautiful lacquer box tied with a red silken cord. "Whatever happens to you," said the princess gravely, "however terrible it is, you must never open this box. Because if you do, something simply dreadful will happen to you. Please promise me that you will never open this box." "I promise," said Urashima solemnly, "that I shall never open this box, whatever happens." So Urashima left the princess and traveled back over the shining sea. It was not long before he stood on the seashore he knew so well. But instead of feeling happy that he was back in his country, a terrible fear gripped his heart. He looked at the people around, and they in turn stared back at him. They were strangers. Urashima went back to his old home. Another house stood in its place. Full of fear, he shouted, "Father, I'm back!" But instead of his father, a strange man walked out of the house. "Excuse me, my name is Urashima Taro," he said to the stranger. "Until a few weeks ago, I lived here. Could you please tell me where my parents are?" The man started to laugh. "Ha ha ha, this is very amusing," he said. And then, "Oh, please forgive me, but the only Urashima Taro I've ever heard of lived here 300 years ago. Oh, perhaps you are his spirit. Perhaps you have come to revisit your old home." And he laughed again. Urashima had the most terrible feeling that the man was telling him the truth. What if the 3 weeks in the Sea King's palace were not 3 weeks at all? What if they had been 300 years? He began to make his way back towards the sea. But where was the sea? He couldn't find it. He was about to give up completely when he remembered the box. It is true, he thought, that I promised I would never open it. But there is no one to help me. I have no parents, no home. And I must find my way back to the only thing I have left, the princess beyond the sea. The box must be able to help me. Despite my promise, I shall open it. Slowly, very slowly, his heart beating with excitement, Urashima untied the red silk cord. He opened the box gently, carefully, and as he did so, a beautiful little purple cloud rose out of the box. The cloud covered his face completely, and hung there like a morning fog over the sea. Then gradually it started to fade away, as though the sun's gentle rays were making it disappear. Now, just before Urashima had opened the box, he had been a strong, handsome youth. But by the time the cloud left his face, which was only a matter of seconds, he had become very, very old. His face was covered in wrinkles, his hands had gone white, and his back had dabbled with age. Urashima fell to the ground like an old wizard tree, whose roots have died. His body landed soundlessly on the warm sand. All you could hear was the sound of the waves on the seashore. They seemed to say, "Urashima Taro, oh Urashima Taro, oh Urashima Taro."